Yo, what's up, guys? So today I'm going to talk about 5 of the only principles you'll ever need to actually make money. So let's get right into it, guys. So, number one, master your money psychology. So most fail because, they don't lack opportunity, but because they sabotage themselves financially. So you have to have delayed gratification. That's number one, right? You have to have the delayed gratification. So you have to train yourself to wait eventually for the payoff. Wealth is not built by consistently making small, wealth is built by consistently making small, boring investments. You have to make small, boring choices over a long period of time. Over a short period of time, you're not really going to see anything. But over the long period, 1, 2 years, 3 years, that's when you'll start to see everything adding up. Avoid the fear of missing out. If you're chasing the hype meme stocks, the next big thing, that what that is that's usually transferring your money to somebody else who got in early. So whenever you see that, everyone's talking about the newest stock. Most of the people, the early adopters, already been in it. They want to sell it to you. So when you get in, they're gonna sell and then they're gonna make profit off of you buying it. So be careful. Stay away from those meme stocks. Stay away from the next big thing. Detach your identity from spending. If your whole entire self worth comes from purchasing, you're gonna stay you're gonna stay broke, trying to look rich. Your whole identity can't come from spending money. Everyone's constantly checking the Amazon websites, every day, trying to find things that they could spend their money on. They're checking Facebook Marketplace. What can I spend my money on? I just got a paycheck this week. Can I? Oh, this looks cool. This video game looks cool. This toy looks cool. Oh, this is gonna help out in the house. You have to detach your identity from spending. You know, Number two, guys, you have to have multiple streams of income. So a single paycheck is very fragile. You have if the paycheck stops or your working ability stops, you're going to be in trouble. You have to have active income, which is of course your job, number one. So that could be from your business or it could also be from freelancing. Then you have to have semi-passive income. So semi-passive income is from real estate rentals, or even online content that has ad revenue. And then the third one, you have to have passive income, which is index funds, dividend stocks, even automated businesses. These are passive income plays where you set it and forget it. And then, you start small, even $50 a month, and then it'll eventually scale. Number three, guys, you have to own equity, not just labor. So if you just sell your time, your income, it caps at working hours. So you have to have equity in a business. It could be your own, or you can buy shares in another person's business. Have some equity. You want to have equity in property as well. Leverage and appreciate and grow the stake over time. So a good thing for equity in business. The rapper 50 Cent, he did a deal with Vitamin Water. Vitamin Water wanted to pay him a certain amount, so he said, what? Instead of taking the payment, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have equity in the company. So after he had equity in the company, they sold. They sold for about, I think they sold for $1 billion. He got a large stake in that. He got a lot of millions from that sale because he had equity in the business. So have whatever you do, try to get equity into it. Don't try to always go for the quick dollar. Get money on the back end. And then also property. If you have property, which is great, or you can buy property with friends in a whole nother city, a whole nother province, whole nother state, whole nother country, whatever it is. If you can gather up some friends, save some money for a year, and everyone says, hey, let's go buy some property and let's wait 10, 20 years and let's leverage it out. You're growing property, you're growing your assets, and you're growing equity into something with your friends too. So growing equity in property, and also equity in digital assets, stuff like content or even courses, that's also equity as well. You're creating something that's going to sell for a long period of time. It's going to sell 10, 20 years down the line. Books, things like that, they sell. These are things that you create one time and then eventually, you know, they start working for you. Number four, guys, learn the tax game. So the wealthy, they play by the same exact tax code, but they know the game. So capital gains rates are way lower than income tax. So invest more and trade less. So invest more money, guys. Don't be so quick to do day trades or these trades because they're gonna tax you. It's active income, right? They tax you on active income. But the things that's capital gains, like index funds. That's staying in one account. It could be a tax-free savings account, and you're getting capital gains tax, or sorry, you're getting capital gains from it every year. They're not gonna be so quick to tax that, unless you sell over a long period of time. And then retirement accounts. Make use of your retirement accounts, right? The Roth IRA, the 401k, the TFSA if you're in Canada, whatever it is. These are retirement accounts that help you grow your money tax free, deferred, And then side businesses or side hustles. This is a great way to legally write off your expenses you already are incurring. So, start a side business, start a side hustle. Make sure you track your receipts and keep it simple. Have a spreadsheet, and the small deductions that they eventually add up. So when tax time comes, you have all the receipts, all the office supplies you bought, all the meals that you bought, whatever it is, any infrastructure you bought towards your business. When tax time comes, you can add that as a write-off for your small business. You have to understand how tax works. Buy some tax books. Learn the way of tax for your country, specifically for your country. There's a bunch of books on Amazon. So instead of putting $20 into buying a new whatever it is, a new movie or something like that, or a new subscription or to whatever, put $20 into the tax game. So eventually at the end of the year you could save $2,000 to $3,000, and then you can use that $3,000 to go and buy your new movie or subscription, whatever it is. Learn the tax game. Number 5, avoid the silent killers of wealth. So high interest debt, inflation creep, bad partnerships, and lifestyle inflation. High interest debt is a killer. They give it to people who are young because they know, they're gonna make irrational decisions. I'm gonna take out a credit card that's gonna give us $2,000. Let's do it. Young people are gonna do that because they don't really know the repercussions eventually over time about the high interest and everything else. And like they get lazy, they don't want to pay it off, so they give the high interest debt to the young people. The inflation creep, that's another thing too as well. Like if you're not saving, if you're not investing your money, and inflation is occurring every single year, you have to be able to protect your assets, protect your capital gains. And then bad partnerships, you're getting into the wrong partnerships with people. You have bad business partners. You have to do your due diligence to work with people that you trust, or work by yourself. And then lifestyle creep, as your income goes up, your spending goes up too as well. That shouldn't happen. You should always look to spend at least 30% to 40% of what you make, and then at least save 60% or invest 60%. That should be a rule of thumb. So be careful with the lifestyle creep, guys. So if you guys like this video, like, share, subscribe. These are the only 5 principles you'll ever need to be able to have actual wealth. These are the top 5 principles, guys. So remember also, I'm not a financial advisor. I have to put that in the disclaimer. So do your research. If you liked any of these tips or you're applying them in your life, leave it in the comments below for other people. And I'll see you guys next time.